Hi, good morning. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Happy Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday. This week has gone both slow and fast. I am in a kind of an energetic upheaval. There's some big change, shift. Something's bubbling and I'm in it. And you know how when you're in the midst of a big change, hey, Holly, when you're in the midst of a big change, it feels like time is moving really slowly, but then it's also moving really fast. It's like both. That's where I am right now. Time is moving really slowly, but it's also moving really fast. So it's like, here we are, the 22nd of July. We've got only another 9 days in this month. And so we're going to be continuing on with our Baba Yaga journey, and sending up our chants and holding space for our sending back to its source any energies that are not meant for us, to be composted, to be recycled, to become productive. Because energies that are not meant for us, it's sort of like this. If you were a vegetarian and you went to a restaurant and you ordered a vegetarian meal and they brought you meat, that meal isn't going to nourish you because it's not to your choosing. So you would send it back. We're not sending back like, pew, pew, go get them. We're not doing that. We're sending back energy like, oh, universe, I'm actually a vegetarian and it seems that you've brought me a bacon sandwich. I'm going to need to send that back. Please, instead, what I'd prefer is a vegetarian sandwich. And all of us have the right to do that. You have the right to do that in your life. A lot of times in witchcraft, we are under the mistaken impression that sending energy back is somehow mean or bad, or, that we want to hurt someone with it. We don't. It's just telling the kitchen, sorry, you made a mistake on my order. Universe, we're sending back any energies that are not for us. We're sending back any, spiritual bacon that doesn't belong on our sandwich. That's it. And then that's you get the sandwich that you ordered, or you get something that's more to your liking. And this is actually very key for romantic relationships. Like, for example, if you are looking to date someone and they show you that they are not really a spiritual bacon, that's sort of a funny analogy, isn't it? Best one I could come up with this morning. But seriously, if somebody wants to date you and they show you in the first couple dates that they are not actually going to be able to meet you as an equal and a partner and to be present for your way of being, you can send that back. You say to the universe, yeah, close, but not that one. Let's try again. If you are struggling with a job that you're in that you really don't like, that you feel is really wrong, you say to the universe, you know what? I'm going to tell you too, start looking for one that does work. Move on. Don't stay, because otherwise I can't tell you the number of times I've done readings for people who came to me, and the reason that they were mad was not because they actually lost their job. They're mad because they knew that they wanted to move on and they didn't move on, and then they lost their job. When we send back energies that don't serve us, we're actually making room for energies that do. And we're able to acknowledge that we're human beings with preferences, that we're allowed to have preferences, that we're allowed to be spiritually vegetarians and not order that bacon, that we don't have to stay in that job that devalues us, that we are willing to move on and create change, that we're not going to conform to someone else's idea of a relationship when it doesn't meet our needs, when it's somebody is not emotionally available or they're not ethical or whatever. So this is a little teaching on sending back, because I think we get under the misapprehension too often that sending back is somehow mean or bad. But that's because as women, we've been socialized to be nice, accommodating, unassuming, never needing, always available, always giving, always patient. But that's not reality. Reality is that sometimes we're impatient. Sometimes we don't like something. Sometimes we have to say no. Sometimes we need to not be available. Sometimes we need to set a boundary. Sometimes we need to be, yes, demure, right, says Paris, demure. I don't know about you, but I think all of that that miseducation of where and how to place our emotional state is what creates the ultimately creates the phenomena that we see, that gets referred to in social media as Karens. I don't like to use that term because I know a lot of really wonderful women named Karen, and I think I don't like any like blanket term like that. But, for the sake of understanding, when you see a privileged white woman having a meltdown on video where she is like screaming and ranting and raving, that is because that woman was never taught how to have a healthy disagreement, how to be present in her emotions, and she is functioning at the level of a 3-year-old having a temper tantrum. Learning how to not succumb to the conditioning that suppresses conflict, difficulty, challenging emotions in favor of being polite, demure, nice. If we can undo that, then we can actually have a useful conversation about privilege. But you can't have a conversation about privilege with somebody who's at the level emotionally of a 3-year-old. They're not capable. And then we're frustrated because we might be like, well, that's really not okay. But they can't see that. That's like saying to your 3-year-old, well, you should calm down. Good luck with that. So let's work on emotional intelligence, which includes discernment and boundaries. And let's send back anything that isn't meant to be on our plate. We get to order at the restaurant of the universe. We get to say, I'd like a vegetarian sandwich. Baba Yaga, on the other hand, would probably never order the vegetarian sandwich. She wants the bacon sandwich, I think. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf, bitch. Baba Yaga, bright dawn, Baba Yaga, red sun, Baba Yaga, midnight, Baba Yaga, black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf, bitch. Baba Yaga, bright dawn, Baba Yaga, red sun, Baba Yaga, midnight, Baba Yaga, black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. Natalie says, my husband's ex-wife is having a temper tantrum. And yeah, there's a whole conversation going on about this. I get tired of having to be nice. I never get tired of being kind, but I sure do get tired of being nice. I get tired of it. My Scorpio moon does not want nice. My Scorpio moon wants real. My Taurus sun wants balanced. My Aquarius rising wants, stand in your truth. Ooh, it's like they all want to come out today. Okay, I think I see the one. Spirals of manifestation. Spirals of manifestation. Corey's having a super honest moment here. She says, my Aries sun can be like a Karen at times. Except not the kind who's like racist, but I understand where you're like, sometimes I have Venus and Aries. So for me, it's like, if I love you so hard. I get you, Corey. Don't feel any don't feel any shame about your little moments, your Aries moments. I get you. The creative, rebellious path of love moves in spirals. It's not linear. Sometimes our mind decides that the way forward is to take clear steps from one point to the next logical point. However, there is a genius within that can guide us on an alternative route. If there is an unnecessary pothole or delay in the typical linear path of progression, and the curved loop in the path will be quicker, more fun, and more beautiful, then why not allow yourself to be guided to that path? This can happen through trust and wisdom rather than rigid adherence to what on the surface appears to be logical progression. You are in the midst of a spiral of manifestation. Something is coming into being, even if you think it is further away than ever before. How amazing it will seem when what you've been dreaming of falls into place. Suddenly, what you've been thinking of creating will plunk into your reality, seemingly out of nowhere, because it was just around the bend, just out of view on the spiral of manifestation, and you could not see it coming. But in truth, it was coming for you all along. This oracle has a message for you. Sometimes when we feel the furthest away from what we want, we are actually closer than ever before. This is like when you're walking in a labyrinth. You get to that last, you're kind of spiraling in, and then it takes you back out, almost all the way around to the edge, and then up the center. Just one turn on the spiral loop of creation can see your manifestation taking root in the world. You must hold true to your faith and keep working on your progress. Believing in and forget about believing in what you're seeing. Any old soul or young soul can do that. You are bigger, braver, and more ancient as a soul. You have the chutzpah to believe that you can see it sooner, bigger, and brighter. Do not give in to those voices that tell you it should have happened already or that you should have failed, even if that's your inner voice. That voice just suffers from a lack of patience and understanding, as well as the arrogant assumption that their notion of timing is somehow superior to the greater divine timing that is at play in life. Be in goodwill with yourself and the universe. All is unfolding perfectly, whether you feel it right now or not. This oracle also brings a message about the perfect synchronicities that are taking place in your life. You may have started to notice these already. When we live from the heart and honor our creative center, we choose unlikely but lovingly rebellious ways to be in the world, and we begin to notice synchronicities every day. It's as though the universe is speaking to us intimately on all matters, which of course it is. I recently had an amazing synchronicity, actually, a really good big synchronicity that I'll share. on Monday, this past Monday. So every Monday, you might wonder, how do we know about the counts for the Guanyin practice? Every Monday, Priestess Aisling posts a picture and she tallies all of last week's counts. And that's everybody who does these chants gathering their counts together in one place on the Goddess Temple app. And she tallies them all up, gives us the number of where we are in the pursuit of the million. And then she puts a pretty picture. It's the Dharma picture of the week. So this week, on Monday, I was hosting, some of you came, it was nice to see you there, an online guided tour of one of the largest and oldest temple complexes in Tibet with my teacher, Lama Wangmo. So she was the host of it, and I was co-hosting and moderating, and I help with the chat line and the technical aspects. So while we were in the talk, while we were preparing for the talk, Aisling posted that morning a picture of the birthplace of Yeshet Tsogyal, the Tibetan female Buddha. Yeshet Tsogyal, her birthplace is like a short, maybe half hour, 40-minute drive away from Samye in Tibet. And when I went to her birthplace in Tibet, I was staying at the only hotel in the entire region, which is at Samye. There's no hotels anywhere else. It's very, very rural. So on Monday, this picture pops up on my, it's the Dharma picture of the week that Priestess Aisling has posted. And I looked at that picture and I said, that's the birthplace of Yeshet Tsogyal. And then I looked closer and I said, I think I took that picture. So I reach out and I say, hey, where'd you find this picture? She says, oh, I was Googling and I just was looking up the picture of the week and this one was really pretty with the flowers, so I posted it. And I said, I think I took that picture. She goes, oh my gosh. I said, where did you find it? She goes, I'll go back and look and see if I can. I just was Googling. And of course, she went back and she couldn't figure out what were the search terms that she used to find that picture. But I went back through my 2014 pictures in Tibet and I found that picture. And I took a screenshot and I sent it to her. And I was like, will you look? I took this picture. So somewhere I've posted this picture and it's like floating around on the internet. And I don't know, who's seen it or where it's gone. But it was so, for me, it was like the synchronicity of her just happening to find one of my pictures on Google about Yeshet Tsogyal's birthplace and posting it on that day. That's one layer of synchronicity, but the whole other layer of synchronicity is that on that very day, I was doing this tour, this online guided tour of Samye, which is where I stayed when I went and took that picture. The way it all synchronistically came together was very, very powerful. And now I feel like, okay, I'm ready for whatever the next synchronicity is in the spiral of creation that is my life. And my life is 100% directed by Goddess. So it's really her synchronistic spiral of manifestation through me into this world, not so much anything I'm thinking of or doing. What about you? I see here Mary Beth saying so many synchronicities lately. And, we've got, a couple folks chiming in with little hearts. Feel free to drop in the comments any major synchronicities you've been experiencing recently. Pay attention to them. Those synchronicities are the shimmering, rippling landscape of appearances trying to communicate with you, trying to show you this is the next step. This is where you should put your energy. This will yield a manifestation. And maybe if we just keep sending back the bacon and instead eating the avocado and sprouts, we will start to have even more synchronicities, it will seem like they're synchronicities, but they're actually you and the universe in collaborative divine design. That's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. And why don't we get ready now for Guanyin practice with 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. I'm holding today a woman named Pepper, who is the relative of a friend and who is now in hospice. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. Oh, I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Xiyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahum. 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 Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. (108) recitations of Namo Guanxin Pusa as we think about what the manifestation is of creative synchronicity that is appearing in a spiral formation where we kind of go past it again and again until the message really sinks in. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxin Pusa. Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin 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 Pusa. And the brief wind horse practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume chuksum chidang jetsun ma gyayum patma trome jintu yi daki sisu paljor nyandrak nyam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kepar kaje wangtang lungta nyam nyampa sushing chatu gawa long chije lekpe lamdu drowa dang zering nime de dang den jur shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtong and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume chuksum chidang jetsun ma galyum pakma drome jintu yi daki seso paljor nyandrak nam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kepar kache wangtang lungta nam nyampa sushing chatu gawa long chije lekpe lamdu drawa dang sering neme dedang denjur shi. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum as we send out our willingness to the universe to allow whatever is meant to manifest for and through us to arrive, because we've sent back anything that isn't for us already. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. Long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin. Bow to one another. And bow to the inner teacher, and wishing everyone a great day. Don't forget to drop your counts in the comments toward our million. And I hope that you have a really good day filled with magical synchronicities that show you the right next steps for your path. And I'll be back tomorrow to close out our week. Bye now.